This video, we're going to prove the following corollary. It's a corollary to my last video. It goes on to say for any positive integer, the product of r consecutive integers is divisible by r factorial. Now, what does that mean? Well, for example, if I take the product of 4 consecutive positive numbers, 4 factorial is supposed to go into that. Well, 4 factorial is that. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. 8 goes into 8 one time. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Looks like 210. 7 times 3 is 21. Times 1 is still 21. Times 10. That is, 4 factorial did divide the product of these 4 consecutive numbers. So that's what the idea of the corollary. If you like seeing mathematical proofs, you should certainly subscribe to my channel, as this is all we do here. We prove mathematical facts. Now let's see. How about we let n minus 1, n minus 2, all the way up to n minus r minus 1 be r consecutive positive integers. Now there's r of them. How do I know that? Let's not count this one for a moment. There's a counter here. That's the first number. That's the second number. N minus 3 is the third number. That's the r minus 1 number. Now let's add on one more. So there's r consecutive integers. Let it count for you. Don't struggle with that. Okay, so let us consider the product. Consider n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 all the way down to, I'll just clean this up, it's n minus r plus 1 all the way to n minus r plus 1. Now, this is equal to n factorial over r factorial. Well, actually, it equals to this. N factorial over n minus r factorial. Okay, out of nowhere, I'm going to divide by r factorial, and I'm going to multiply by r factorial. In my last video, I showed that n factorial over n minus r factorial times the r factorial is an integer. Also, this, by definition, is the number of ways of choosing r objects from n objects. It's not possible for it to be 3.5. How can there be 3.5 ways, for example, to pick 2 objects from 5? By definition, this is an integer. Okay. So if this is an integer and that's an integer, then each of these integers divide this. So r factorial divides n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 all the way up to n minus r plus 1. Because this here is a multiple of r factorial. This here is an integer multiple of r factorial. And that completes this proof. Just have to be clever sometimes to know. Divide by r factorial, multiply by r factorial. If you like watching mathematical proofs like this, you should consider subscribing to my channel. Click the like button. Leave a comment. Most of all, never forget, watch and learn. See you in the next video.